Next on the Gospel Bill Show.
Well, Mr. Tutweiler, I'd say if things continue as they are and you keep your weight off of it, you'll be up and around in, 6 to 8 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks? In this bed?
If you want the bones to mend properly, that's correct. 6 to 8 weeks.
Listen, what kind of a quack doctor are you anyway?
It's Adventures in Dry Gulch, featuring the Sheriff Gospel Bill, his sidekick, Nicodemus, the general store owner, Miss Lana, good old Elmer Barnes, banker and mayor, T.U. Tutweiler, and the entire Dry Gulch gang.
Oh, are you sure, Miss Lana?
I'm sure.
Did you double check?
I double-checked and it wasn't there.
Are you absolutely sure?
Elmer, the stage came and the stage went and it wasn't on there.
My life is ruined.
Well, I'd hate to think my life was ruined over a bag of peat moss.
Inky and Dinky are going to be so disappointed in me.
Inky and Dinky?
Yeah, my worms.
Your worms.
Excuse me, Elmer. I have some real business to take care of with Miss Lana.
Well, good day, Mr. Tutweiler.
Oh, good day, Mr. Tutweiler. Where is that hat that I ordered 3 weeks ago? Do you realize a man cannot conduct business wearing a hat like this? Who would bank with a man wearing this hat? Now, I am not going to take any more of your stories. Do you realize that I could take you into court, sue you for lost revenue? Now, I have had it with your stories. I've had it with your stories. I've heard them year after year. Do you realize there are children in this town that could run this store better than you? Now, what I want to know is, where is that hat?
Your hat is right here.
Right here. Well,
it came on the 3 o'clock stage, which I paid the rush charge for.
well, I think that that's just right.
Hey, this thing came in. Where's my peat moss?
Pete Moss, are you in touch with reality, Elmer? No, you are a total buffoon.
Well, I appreciate this. Well, thanks.
Oh, you would.
Well, I gotta go.
Now, I suppose after me waiting 3 weeks for this hat that you would like prompt and full payment?
Oh, that would be nice.
Well, I'm sorry. You're just going to have to wait.
Hey, GB, guess what I'm gonna buy?
Well, I got no ideas. Give me some kind of a clue.
Okay, it's something that'll help a feller with his courting.
You're going to buy some cologne?
No, I already got 3 bottles of that. Something that you can sit down on.
You're going to buy a sofa?
No, not a sofa. It's got wheels on it, wheels.
Sit down on your court. A buggy. You're going to buy a buggy.
You got it, Gospel Bill. See, last night I took Miss Trudy Lou out on the back of my horse, and she bounced up and down and all around, and finally she got sick to her stomach, and she laid down the law to me. She said, Nicodemus, I ain't going to go out with you no more till you do me right and proper by getting a buggy for me to ride in.
Well, she does have a point there.
Yeah, I think she does, too. Well, now, see, I got $350, and I figure I'll go to Mr. Tutweiler at the bank. When he loaned me $150, the buggy cost $500.
Well, it sounds to me like you've got enough of your money tied up in it. I don't know why it wouldn't.
Yeah, that's what I figure. Well, excuse me, I got to go talk to him right now and get that money so I can get that buggy. Woo! Trudy Lou, gonna smooth out your ride for you. Hey, Mr. Tutweiler, you're just the fella I was looking for.
Well, I wish I could say the feeling was mutual, but I'll make an exception in this case.
Huh?
What do you want, Nicodemus?
Well, I'll get right to the point. You see, I've been dating Miss Trudy Lou for a while now, and we're kind of past the stage where we're serious, you know, and, well, I'm just not comfortable with her sitting on the back of my horse kind of bouncing around and all, you know. So I figure I need a buggy to haul her in it. Well, I got this real nice one spotted. It's all black and got white sidewall tires, but it costs $500. Well, I only got $350, but I figure with my good credit rating, I'm coming down to the bank, borrow $150 from you. What do you say?
No.
No? Oh, come on, Mr. Tutweiler. Now, what time I come down and sign the papers? Say about an hour or so?
No.
No? Why not?
Because I'm not in the buggy business. Never have been, never will be. Now, if you want money for oil, if you want money for cattle, you can come see me. But if you think you need a buggy so bad, go down to Merlin Ed's used buggy shop. See if they can do anything for you.
You old tightwad skin flint. With my credit rating and the money I had on hand, Tutwiler would loan me the money for the buggy, wouldn't you? But you know what he said? He said, no. A big, fat no.
Did Tutwiler give you any kind of a reason?
Yeah. He said he wasn't in the buggy business. Can you believe that? Just messing up my romantic life. How can I be the Romeo of the range without that buggy? I ain't getting any younger, you know. And neither is Miss Trudy Lou. Tutwiler is the stingiest man I ever seen in my whole entire life. Well, when he squeezes a nickel, he's so tight he makes an Indian ride to Buffalo.
Sheriff, wonder if I could have a word with you, please, in private?
Tutwiler, I was here first. And if you think I'm leaving just because you brought your stingy little body in here, you got another thing coming.
You're just upset that I didn't loan you the money.
Hey, see? Squeezing the nickel. What I tell you, Indian on the Buffalo?
Nicodemus, I think this might be official business. Won't you excuse us for just a minute?
Oh, Tutwiler, I'm going to get that buggy with your loan or without it.
Sheriff, as mayor of Dry Gulch, it's my duty to come and report to you the results of last night's town meeting. In regard to your annual salary review, instead of the raise that you were probably anticipating, we have, upon my recommendation, decided to cut your salary by 15%.
Are you telling me that the town council's not happy with the way I do my job?
Well, Sheriff, now you've got to admit, I mean, there's just not much for you to do anymore. The crime is down. There's just not a whole lot to do.
What you really mean is that a fella comes into town, cleans it up, gets the outlaws off the street, and you reward him by cutting his pay.
Sheriff, what I'm telling you, in Dry Gulch, we pay for services rendered, not services anticipated. Good day.
Oh, it's a bluebird kind of day.
Elmer, what are you doing?
I'm breathing in the clean country air.
You mean you're just standing here taking a break?
Yep,
Doing nothing?
yep.
Now, does that mean that the buggy that I gave you to fix is finished?
No.
Do you mean that you've had a man of my stature walking around town instead of riding in his buggy and you don't care?
Well, I'm sorry.
Listen, I am so tired of buffoons like you messing up my business. I just gotta...
Hey, you're singing Opry.
Help me.
Well, can I do something?
Yeah, let me put my weight on you.
Well, don't I got enough weight of my own?
No. Just pick me up, carry me to my place.
Okay.
Elmer, this is all your fault. It wouldn't happen if it wasn't for you. Set me down on the bed, would you?
Okay.
Oh, not this way, you idiot. Turn me around. Watch that leg. What's it
gonna do?
It's gonna hurt if you touch it. Now be careful.
Well, are you guys okay?
What is that odor?
Where?
Elmer, that is you. You reek.
Eureka!
Oh, listen, you smell worse than the stockyards.
Really?
Listen, why don't you do something right? Now go get the doctor for me.
Okay.
Now, you idiot.
Okay.
My leg.
Well, Mr. Tutwiler, I'd say if things continue as they are and you keep your weight off of it, you'll be up and around in, 6 to 8 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks? In this bed?
If you want the bones to mend properly, that's correct. 6 to 8 weeks.
Listen, what What kind of a quack doctor are you anyway?
6 to 8 weeks, Mr. Tutwater. I'll send you my bill.
Oh, yeah. And I bet it'll be double for house calls. Oh, 6 to 8 weeks. Alone. Without me. What's going to happen to my bank? Oh.
Now, weren't that the doc that just walked by here?
Yeah, it looks like he's in a hurry.
Well, they did it.
Did what?
They kicked it.
Kicked what?
The door.
What door?
Over there.
Elmer, why don't we just pretend like you hadn't come in here yet, and let's start this all over.
Well, okay.
Elmer, where you going?
Well, I thought you told me to leave.
Never mind. Get over here, Elmer. Now, I want you to tell me who did what to where, when, and why, and how.
Well, do I have to say it in that order?
Elmer, tell me what's going on.
Well, Mr. Tutwater came over to the livery stable to pick up his buggy.
And?
Well, I was working on it, but it wasn't done yet.
And?
Well, he got mad, started swinging his leg like this.
And?
And he kicked it.
Kicked it?
Well, he kind of crushed it.
He crunched it?
Well, he really broke it.
The door?
No, his leg.
Mr. Tutwater broke his leg? Well, that's a crying shame.
I know. He's going to be laid up for pretty near 2 months.
Laid up for 2 months. Oh, my heart is filled with sorrow for Mr. T.U. Tutwater's plight. But that just goes to show you. You sow and you reap. And you sow and you reap. Remember, you sow and you reap. And you sow and you reap.
Nicodemus always has been a different kind of feller, ain't he?
Oh, Gospel Bill, did you hear what happened to poor Mr. Tutwater?
I hadn't heard anything. What happened?
Well, it seems that Mr. Tutwater was down to the livery stable getting his buggy fixed, and they didn't have his buggy ready. Poor Mr. Tutwater got mad, and he kicked that livery stable. And when he did, that mean old livery stable broke his poor leg. I just felt terrible about it, so I wrote this poem here. See what you think about it. We heard the news, and it's a shame. You broke your leg, and now you're lame. God paid you back for all you've done. I hope you break the other one.
Now, Nicodemus, I'm agitated at Tutwater just like you are, but you can't have this kind of an attitude toward him.
But now, wait a minute. Don't you think it's just God paying him back for all the mean things he's been doing to not only me, but everybody in town?
God is not paying him back. God's gifts are good and perfect, and God didn't cause T.U. Tutwater to break his leg.
Oh, so what you're saying is he can just act any way he wants to anybody he wants to, and God will still bless him and everything?
I didn't say that. What I said was that God didn't do it. Now, Tutwater reaped what he sowed, and that's the law of God. But God didn't do that to him. He did it to himself. And when bad things happen to people, even when they've done us wrong, we can't rejoice about it.
Nurse! Nurse! Are you out there? Boy, paid good money for this help, and what do you get? Nothing! Maybe if I had just some friends. Somebody to come by, maybe read me some stories. Help me pass some time. Friends. Nah. Nurse!
Howdy, Lana. I guess you heard about T.U. Tutwater?
Yeah, but he should have known better than to kick a building. But the way he was acting in here earlier, it doesn't surprise me a bit.
You mean he gave you a hard time, too?
Rude as ever.
Well, he wouldn't loan me the money to buy a little old buggy.
Well, if anybody's got reason to be upset with Tutwater, it's me. He's the one who single-handedly convinced the town council to cut my salary by 15%.
You know, I guess we all got real good reason to be glad he's laid up in that bed for about 6 weeks.
Well, I know my feelings sure aren't right toward him, but we got to do what the Word of God says.
Yeah, and the Word says to love your enemies, right?
Well, it's going to take the love of God for me to show Tutwater any affection.
Well, but we're Christians. We don't have any choice. We've got to walk in the love of God. But the big question is, how do we show it to Tutwater?
Well, I could bake him up some fresh bread and take him some fruit.
It's not a bad idea. Now, you know, if old Tutwater is laid up in that bed for 6 weeks, he's going to get bored. I think I'll get him a good book. How about you, Nicodemus?
Yeah, a time bomb.
Oh, come on now.
Oh, I'm just funning. Well, he got mad in the first place because his buggy wasn't ready, and I reckon I could fix his buggy up for him.
Yeah, sounds like a great idea. You know, if we do all this, the love of God is going to soften old Tutwater's heart and do something good in him.
Well, I reckon I better get started.
Yeah, I better get a looking for that book. You know how picky old Tutwater is.
And I'll get the bacon.
Company, please come in.
Hello, Mr. Tutwater.
Oh, Miss Lana, listen, if you came by to make a payment, you could have done that at the bank.
Oh, that's not why I came.
Oh, well, that figures.
What's that?
Nothing. Listen, what do you have there?
Well, I made you some homemade bread and brought you some fresh fruit.
Well, that was very,
Nice.
yeah, nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Howdy, Mr. Tutwater.
Nicodemus, I am not changing my mind.
Oh, I didn't come here to talk about that loan.
Oh, I suppose you came to taunt a man on his sickbed.
No, I came to deliver your buggy.
My buggy?
Yeah, I got it all fixed up for you.
You fixed my buggy?
Yeah. Oh, I noticed something. The oil seemed a little low. You might check it.
What?
And I got your buggy keys right here.
Huh? But I'm in no condition to dicker over your salary.
I didn't come here to argue about my salary. Mr. Tutwater, I heard about your leg. And when I found out about that, I felt like you might want something to read while you're laid up here in bed. Here's your book.
A book? From me? From you?
Yeah, and I think you'll find that book particularly interesting. It's called How to Double Your Bank's Assets in 12 Easy Steps.
Oh, yes. Now, wait just a minute. I don't understand this. Why are you people being so nice to me? Why, I was instrumental in getting your salary cut. I was rude to Miss Lana, and I failed to give Nicodemus that loan that he wanted. Now, I don't understand this.
Well, Nicodemus and Lana and myself are all Christians, and you know that. We got to follow the teachings of the Lord. And Mr. Tutwater, the Lord tells us that we're to love our enemy, the people we don't always see eye to eye with. We're supposed to love them. We don't always see eye to eye with you, but we're going to love you.
Me?
Hey, Mr. Tutwater.
Elmer, what are you doing with my bank ledgers? And my hat? And my pen?
Well, I knowed you couldn't get down to the bank, so I thought I'd help you out and balance your books.
Oh, Sheriff, help?
Oh, I got to be going, Mr. Tutwater. I'll see you later.
Oh, no.
I hear the Holy Ghost talking and he's lifting up Jesus. I hear the Holy Ghost talking, he's lifting up Jesus. I hear the Holy Ghost talking and he's lifting up Jesus. And he's lifting me too. He's lifting me too. I hear the Holy Ghost talking, he's lifting up Jesus. I hear the Holy Ghost talking, and he's lifting up Jesus. Yeah, I hear the Holy Ghost talking, and he's lifting up Jesus. And he's lifting me too. hear the Holy Ghost talking and he's lifting up Jesus. And he lifted me too. He's lifting me too. Yeah. Look out. I hear the Holy Ghost talking and he's lifting up Jesus. Yeah. I hear the Holy Ghost talking. He's lifting up Jesus. Ooh, I hear the Holy Ghost talking and he's lifting up Jesus. And he's lifting me too. Yeah, he's lifting me too.
Howdy, I'm Gospel Bill, and this is Dry Gulch, USA. And I want to invite you to a week of camp this summer that you'll never forget. When you come to Dry Gulch, USA, you can stay in a log cabin that looks just like an Old West storefront. But there's a lot more to Dry Gulch, USA than just eating and sleeping. Our camp has more than 1.25 miles shoreline on beautiful Lake Hudson. And it's just a perfect place for a canoe ride. You can go fishing and swimming. But maybe you're the kind who would prefer to ride horses or ride in the county jail wagon. You might enjoy visiting Chief Nuwanusin for an exciting campfire story or hunt animal targets on the Chief's trail. Then there's time for a shooting contest and hiking trails. Hey, there's plenty to do at Dry Gulch, USA, but the most important reason for coming is so you can grow strong in the Lord.
For more information on Camp Dry Gulch, USA, call 918-234-5656.
Coming up next, Jim and Margaret get a pleasant surprise when an old schoolmate pays them a visit on Father Knows Best. Then at 8:30 Eastern, stay tuned for the comedic capers of that harried housekeeper Hazel, here on the Family Channel.
I hope you break the other one.